Come on in and welcome to my kitchen. In our last video, we learned how to make party jollof rice. If you're yet to watch that video, I'll be leaving a link for you in the description section so you can go ahead and watch that video and learn something like we did last week. If you're here for the first time, I say welcome on board to the family. So let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to make Yamarita. Yes, it sounds funny that I'm dancing to the name. Yeah, the first time I heard about this recipe, I was like, what is Yamarita? And then I decided to Google it up and search and know what it's all about. And then I discovered that actually it's just more of a breaded yam. And I tried to make it so many times, which of course, I didn't get it, because one of the reasons was that I didn't find videos that were very detailed enough to warn me of some things that I might be doing wrongly. And so for this video, I'll be showing you the very most detailed way of making Yamarita. And trust me, this recipe is very holiday inspired, because it's not something you do every day. But again, if you want to do it every day, it's all up to you. So let's not talk too much and head on to the video, because I decided to make it into 3 parts or 4, I think so, I'm not sure, but I decided to put it in 2 parts and show you a very detailed way of making this recipe. Before I go, I would like to say a huge and massive thank you to one of my loyal subscribers by the name Michael Hui. Yes, I know you're watching right now. I want to say thank you for the support that you gave to me through my PayPal account, because that is what actually made this video possible for us to view today. So without us speaking too much, let's head onto the work table and start cooking. For this particular recipe or this particular method, we are going to be using yam. I already peeled and soaked, and you can watch a video that I'll be leaving in the description section for you to see how I peel my yam and you avoiding any itch that comes with it. So this is your yam, and then you'll be needing breadcrumbs. I have 2 types here. I have this one that is seasoned, and I just bought a regular store-bought, and the panko type, I think it's called panko Italian seasoning, seasoned breadcrumbs. And this one is the whole wheat type for anyone that wants to go, you know, fit farm. This is the whole wheat, but it's not seasoned. While this is seasoned. And then you have your eggs, and then I have crushed red bell pepper flakes for some spicy hot, because I like it spicy hot. You could go ahead and use the cayenne pepper, but I just want to use this one. And then I have a mix of seasoning here, which I'll use to season this particular breadcrumb that is not seasoned. And in it, I have paisley flakes. I have the red bell pepper flakes, and then I have bunion powder. I just added a little bit of it. Don't worry, I'll leave the amount that I used in the description box section. And then you have your salt as well. And then I have my flour, and you could use all-purpose or bread flour. Anyone is fine, really. I used the bread flour because that's the one I could lay my hands on at the time of this video. And then some other things that you'll be needing will be the canola oil, which I will be showing you when we want to start. And any other thing that I feel that we'll be needing as we proceed, I'm going to share with you. So first of all, let me show you how I'm going to cut my yam into some shapes to help me start preparing. So let's go. So I'll be cutting this into shapes You can cut them into any shapes that you want, but bear in mind that whatever shape that you cut it into, you have to ensure that you cut it approximately the same, uniform, so that they will all cook evenly and some won't be, done while some is undone. So I'm just going to go about, and I don't want to do it too thick in width, because I'll probably have to just follow along with how the thickness is on the side. So let's see, about from here to here is the thickness. So if I use my finger right there, it should be about 3/4 to an inch. So I'll use my finger as a guide right here, and then I'll cut this. Put it in. Use my finger as a guide. Cut this. Put it in. Use my finger as a guide. Cut here. Throw it back into the water. Use my finger as a guide. Throw it back into the water. And what you could do is, because by the time you put it in to fry, you see how it is like this? That means this place will not get browned as much as this part is. So to flatten that side off, just cut off this side, so that by the time you turn it in the frying pan, you have something like this. But again, it's not totally, a must, especially if you're using a deep fryer, because in that case, if you're using a deep fryer, the amount of oil that you'll be using will be able to cover it up. But again, just for if you're not using a lot of oil, it's best that you cut off the side so they will balance well. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I hope you do. So I'll repeat the same process for this other one, and then chop off this side so it's balanced this way. Chop off this other side so it looks balanced this way, and then proceed to cutting. Use my finger as a guide. Chop it off, put it in the water. Use my finger as a guide. Put it in the water. Use my finger as a guide. And you see, approximately they are looking like the same size of yam, not too thick and not too slim like regular fries, but this thickness is perfect, because that way it won't have to stay so long in the pan, and then it won't burn, obviously. So I'm going to repeat this for the rest of the yam, and then I'll see you guys in the next clip. Another thing I would like to mention is that this water that I use to soak the yam, so as to hydrate the yam, because the main reason why I like to soak my yam before the day I'm going to be using it is so that it's going to have a lot of moisture in it, and it's not going to be dry by the time you fry the yam. So I believe it's the same principle that works with when you have to cut your yam and boil it first before you do the yamarita. So with this process, you don't have to think about, oh my god, I have to boil my yam first and do all this. So you can actually cut this up and then store it in your refrigerator for later use. That way you always have something to use for your yamarita, and then your yam is moist and tender by the time you finish. You see what the next thing I'm going to do is drain this water out, because I'm going to be patting them dry. I'll put this and drain. And because I would like to pat them dry, once drained like so, these are the extras that came out of it. like this, and then I just take my kitchen towel, put it into this, and do that. So instead of using the paper towel, which is what you can use as well to pat dry, I just do this and toss them around this way. That's fine. Like, you just want to pat it dry, not totally take out all the moisture. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but you're just patting it dry. So let's add on to the workstation.